I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So I ask you, where were you taught fear? Where were you taught to care about the opinions of others? Huh? Especially others who do nothing for you. Don't pay your bills. Don't put food on the table, on your plate. Don't put a roof over your head. Heavy. We're talking about they, them, humans in the world. Who taught you when to care, why to care, or why to worry about the opinions, baby, of others that don't even matter, have no say so in your life, aren't helping you, aren't benefiting you at all, bro, aren't building you up, you know? Majority who could care less. You know what I mean? Who taught you to have that anxiety of people, of saying how you feel, of living in fear, huh? Of being comfortable, scared to get uncomfortable, baby. Who taught you that? Where was it instilled from? I'll tell you where it began. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you where it began, huh? You hear me, though? First thing was from birth. Since you came out the womb, came out that pussy, huh? Came into those artificial lights, huh? Came out sleep, but the doctor smacked you on your ass, then you're crying, distorting your mind from birth, homie, causing friction, chaos from birth. No kid was, no birth was meant to be artificial. No child was intended to be born under artificial light, huh? No, no, that's not peaceful, that's not soothing. Nothing righteous comes from that. Yet year in, year out, birth, boom, under the light, shining in your face, a bright light, waking you up. You getting smacked on your ass by a stranger, someone you don't know, right? Nah. A child was supposed to wake up himself or herself, not be waken up by a human who cares nothing about them, not be given shots fresh out the womb. You hear me, dog? Attacked by the world, attacked by humanity, fresh out the womb, huh? Oh, hell to the no. That's not what it was intended to be. See? you know. So they're terrorizing you, instilling fear in you, fresh out. All these thoughts going into your head, impressionable minds. When a baby is born, you feel their head, the top of their head, huh? You can damn near make an imprint, man. So what do you think the energies, the entities, the spirits, huh, are doing to them, affecting their brain, affecting their physical, their DNA already, homie? Inserting anxiety, depression, certain negative thoughts into them when they're coming out the womb, homie. I ask you again, where was that fear instilled, that care instilled? You hear me? Heavy, huh? Then it goes to the adolescence ages, raised, taught by society, by the TV. Now it's even more worse than ever because you got social media, man. You got kids with tablets, kids with phones, 5, 6 years old with phones, really using the phones, adapting to the phones, huh? Some parents don't even know what's going on. you know but social media, society, man, we know for a fact influences kids, raises kids damn near shit. Even adults, young adults, old adults are controlled, stimulated by the cell phone, by these raggedy ass TV shows, huh? Fake influencers, by social media. People having thoughts of anxiety, depression, because what they're seeing in this fake social media realm. You hear me, dog? The negativity, the negative imagery, the quotes, the people posting fake shit, making their lives look a certain way, posting things for a clout view, etc., homie. you know? So it's all one big game. The cell phone, social media, it was all intended to distract you, to make you feel less than, to make you feel you weren't worthy, huh? To make you feel that your life doesn't mean nothing, baby. That's why you see all these suicides, people suicidal, people crying for no reason, taking medication for nervousness, dog. Period. For ADHD, depression, where the hell was this all instilled, baby? Fear. Think back when you were a child, huh? When you were a child with no worries, you had all the confidence in the world. Majority of kids started out, even through all the bullshit, right? Through the vaccines, through adult humans ruining them, influenced by parents, influenced by family, dog, whatever the case may be. Majority of kids, confident, talkative, not filled with depression, homie. You hear me? Not filled with anxiety, worry, self doubt, lack of confidence, lack of belief. No, most kids are outgoing, man. You know what I mean? Want to talk, pure in heart, pure in innocence. Boom, but it's ruined at a young age. And like I say, now it's even worse. The chemicals in the water, the chemicals in the food, huh? The chemicals on the TV screen, huh? The energies, the frequencies being pushed in the music, negativity, negative thoughts, spells in the words, power of the tongue, actions from the parents, actions from the school teachers, then boom, the school system. We know the school system, very similar to the prison jail system, dog. Built like a prison, built like a jail, warping your mind, teaching you false history. They don't teach you anything to take with you in the real world. What do they tell you in school? Be humble, be meek. Oh, don't talk too much. If you learn differently, what do they say? He got ADHD. She got ADHD, homie. You hear me? Oh, something wrong with her. Something wrong with him. All because a teacher doesn't know how to teach. Huh? Not understanding all alone that child has special powers, damn near. Huh? That child just has a different energy to him or her, learns differently, but they want to label it as something artificial, something bad, huh? Something out of the norm. Well, we know in this world, things that are so-called normal are not normal, homie, period. But they want you to confirm, huh? Conform. My fault. Conform to this world. Conform to the thoughts of the world, dog. If you think differently, act differently, see things differently, they want to make you an outcast. They don't want you to last. But elementary, they break your self-esteem down, homie. Huh? You know what I mean? Elementary, on top of if you have certain things going on at home, if you're not feeling loved from home, if it's a violent environment and in the home front, period. All these things play a role. As a child, they're trying to break you down, put certain thoughts in your fucking head. We know it. Elementary school, what did it teach you about the real world, man? It put you down, set you down for 8 hours, huh? Put you in front of lights, artificial lights, put you in front of a teacher who really don't give a damn, teaching you nothing, period. Heavy, homie. You hear me? Teaching you fake history, false history, nothing you can take in the real world with you. Teaching you no financial literacy, how to build things, getting a trade, mental fortitude, mental power, confidence. Then you're introduced to porn, boom. Majority of kids introduced to porn at a young age. Another way to break you down mentally, break down your self-esteem mentally. The masturbation on both sides, more energies, more bad, negative, demonic frequencies entering your mind. Homie, you hear me, huh? And you wonder why kids run around here depressed, committing suicide, homie. Heavy. Let's be real here. Sex, porn, it's all easy, accessible, easier than it's ever been. You know what I mean? Click the wrong button, move the wrong way, homie. You hear me? It's right there in front of your face, homie. And we wonder why we live in a sexual pushed world where they push sex, flesh, boom, homie. People think that's real. People think that's what life is about. Huh? You got some people who fiend for sex, man, fiend for fornication, period. That's what's the real, man. So all these negative thoughts, all these fears, fear of being yourself, fear of going up against the norm, fear of fighting the matrix, saying what you believe in, stepping up, man. Fear of leaving that job, homie, leaving that person, leaving that individual, huh? Fear of getting out of your comfort zone, huh? You hear me? This is all one big plot, one big program, huh? to keep you brainwashed mentally, and you never get the epiphany, dog. Heavy. They want you to worry about your money, worry about getting fired, worry about your status, worried about how other humans look at you when humans are so despicable. Period. Finding real people rare, genuine people rare, huh? Heavy, homie. Real men, real women rare. Even when it comes to relationships, marriages, real as fucking rare. Period, homie. This shit is deeper than the catacombs, man. This has been instilled from birth. But it's up to you, up to your loved ones to rearrange it. Sad thing is, some people don't get the message, get the 411, get the scoop until they go through experiences, huh? Later in life. And that's not the way it should be. Certain things should be taught from a young age since birth, man. Boom. Certain cultures, certain families teach their kids certain things early, homie. Embedded in their mind, embed confidence, embed winning. You know, it's embedded on how to walk the right path. Certain things you don't have to go through heavy. But that's just not the case for most Americans, most humans growing up in Babylon. Your parents learned through experience. Your parents didn't know shit for real. They parents didn't know shit for real. You hear me? You know? That's why the cycle continues. The cycle continues, bro. Nobody has gotten it right yet. Generations blaming generations, generations hating generations, homie. The old hating the young hating the old, the disconnect. It's all a program, dog. Everybody's programmed, homie. But then everybody walk around like they got all the damn answers. Huh? This is the room. This is Babylon, man. You know? Everybody's fucked up in the mind, man. Fucked up in the mind. But you must escape the matrix. Some people get the message, get the memo later than others, earlier than others, man. You know, some people catch it at different ages. It's about what you apply. When you know, what do you do with the knowledge, the information, you know, dog. Some people know it, but don't want to change, scared to change, huh? Let those negative thoughts keep them in bondage for years, for decades, for their whole fucking life. Keep them in bondage, break them, torment them, the spirits, the demons, etc. You know, people don't know how deep it really gets, man. Heavy. But when you break out, when you understand what's going on, when you lose that fear, when you really care about nothing, understand this shit is all fake, all cap, dog. You hear me? You think differently. You see things differently. You see what actually matters and what doesn't at the end of the day, period. Things become more clear, man. And it can be a dangerous thing. It can be a lonely road, huh? A very lonely road, dog. For real. Because most people just ain't going to see it that way. Most people will never break out them chains. And I don't care what color. Black, white, whatever, bro. America, humanity is stuck in mental chains. Some worse off than others, but we know the scoop. We know the 411. Come on, man. Yeah. Shit. Who taught you that fear? I ask you once again. When did you become fearful? They told you to be meek. They told you to be humble. They told you shut up. Not because that was the right thing to do, you know, not because you should shut up. Not because you were being disrespectful, not because you had a lot to say, because they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to speak your mind, especially when you're speaking the truth or going against the grain. Heavy. They don't care what age, huh? They want you to go along and follow the program. Damn, man. Damn, man, huh? You hear me, dog? That's what it comes down to. Bottom line. You see a lot of people have things on their mind. Go silent, stay quiet, even if they know it's wrong, whether it's at the workplace, whether it's in social media, entertainment, dog. You hear me? Whether it's amongst family, friends, baby. Yeah, so many people conform, you know? So many people just sit and fold, take what they're given, refuse to fight, refuse to battle. lack confidence, lack determination, lack energy, man. Because the world, that's what it's intended to do. Keep you busy, keep you out of it, keep you in a rat race, dog, to break you down. So you never break out. You hear me? Straight up. That's the dilemma. That's the 411. You know? Wicked, wicked, man. For real. But this is the realm. This is Babylon. This is what you have to deal with. But you can be in the world, but not of the world. It's your choice. Most people are of the world, baby. Heavy. You have a very few that are in the world, but see the world for what it is and refuse to be taken over. Heavy. Period. But those people are so far separated, it's hard to get them aligned. Uh-huh. Once again, propaganda, plot, play. Fire them comments up. Let me know how you feel about the video. You hear me? I ask you once again, who taught you, who instilled that fear and made you care about the opinions of others? Worried about what someone thinks about you and they do nothing for you. Heavy, huh? Period, man. Cold world, cold game. Big warrior here. Babylon, stay aware. You know what it is, dog. Wicked. Yeah.